everybody, it's Emily from Vintage Polka Dot Shop, and today I am here to do my very first ever tutorial on YouTube, so bear with me. My goals are to show you how to make these fun little passport size traveler's notebooks and to stay in frame and not ramble and make sense. So wish me luck. Okay, so here are some I've made up, and they have the elastic closure, and so there's one, and these make fantastic Christmas gifts, or at least I hope my friends will think so, because that's what I am working on right now, just because I think these would be so nice tucked in a purse, or by your phone, or by your your bedside table. Just anywhere you need to do like little jot some notes. This is one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls, and I experimented with coloring it in. I've always wanted to do that. That was fun. And this is also Tim Holtz, like from one of the ephemera packs. And then we got this cute little girl, and so you open it up, and then I added, they all have some, oh sorry guys, little charms and story sticks and printables. Now some of these images, and I'll include a link for you guys, some of these images are from Pinterest, and I'll put a link to my board. So some photos on there you probably shouldn't use even if you give them as a gift, and some I think it doesn't really matter. Just leave it up to you. I'm not a lawyer. But look at her. Isn't she cute? Look at that face. And so you open it up, and then this can, I haven't made tags yet, I'm going to wait till the end, but like this could be a tuck spot. And then I added pockets and like used the, the back of the Tim Holtz paper pads, the ATC cards, and then I used some other things too. And then I made the notebooks. Now the original tutorial I saw, she was very clever, and she went to the Dollar Tree and covered them. Well, our Dollar Tree didn't have those notebooks. They're not available online. And then I thought, you know what, I have a ton of paper. What am I going to, going and buying notebooks? No. I need to go through my pretty scrapbook paper. Ooh, I should trim that. Hold on. My pretty scrapbook paper and all my fun papers I've collected for junk journaling, and make my own notebooks. So I'll show you how to do that. And the sewing is optional. I just like the texture it adds. And I added pockets to the notebooks where there was a lot of white, just because that's a lot of white right there, and it's kind of plain, and I like the little. So as you can see, I did different, this is a Tim Holtz journaling card. I did different types of paper. You could do all coffee dyed paper, all white paper, all lined paper. I love these because you could just do anything you want. There's no rules. It's the Wild Wild West, baby. And then that's just a journaling card I had. I have no idea where I got it. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'll flip through one more just to kind of give you an idea. And then I'll just jump in. So, how about Little Miss Polka Dot? Here we go. I love this image. And then after I, you'll see when, because I'm going to use it for the tutorial, after I printed this one up, I found it in a sepia tone. So it worked really nice because this is black and white. And then this background is actually scrapbook paper left over from a project. But I just love that image. And then of course we got the little charms. And then some of these have coffee dyed seam binding, which as soon as this video goes up, I'm going to go ahead and list it. I've started doing it. I've got some on back order. So I don't have a huge selection right now, but it's a start. But I just think it adds such a pretty touch. But if you're going to carry it around in your purse, maybe you don't want to add that. So here's another journaling card used as a pocket. And then some of these I went a little bit more elaborate on the front of the notebooks than others. But see, like this one has no pockets because it's all the paper is two-sided. So it's just one of those things I kind of did. You can, and it doesn't have to have 4 notebooks. It could only have 3. I felt like since the elastic made 4 holders, why not put 4 notebooks in here? But it's totally up to the person making it. And I like adding the old book pages or something interesting in the middle. But don't have to. I just had some fun. So there you go. And as I said, I haven't made any tags or anything yet. I'm waiting to do that when I get them all done. So there's that one. So let me move these out of the way. Just toss them. Okay. So what you need, and I went ahead and bought these for my Etsy shop, because you have to, when you buy them online, you have to buy a bazillion at a time. And if you're just going to make them for gifts, you don't need a bazillion. So these will be up in my Etsy shop as soon, you know, I'll list those today too. So when you see this video, these should be listed. And I'm going to have them in packs of 5 and packs of 10 and free shipping in the US. If you're overseas, feel free to combo me and I can give you a shipping quote. So it's just a vinyl pocket. So it works great and it makes it nice and sturdy. As I said, I think these would be fabulous for a purse. And then what you need, now you know what I did and now I can't find it because I'm a genius, is, oh, here it is. Now I'm going to write a blog post with all the measurements, so you don't have to come back to the video and go, what was that again? But I'll put this here because I don't want to take the time to learn how to do the words on the screen right now when I edit this. So cover, you need 2 pieces, 6 inches by 9 3/4. And so for this one, I have this olive, and this is just decorative paper. You could use wallpaper, just, you know, coffee dyed, cardstock, whatever floats your boat. Now I have found with these, I kind of like using one that's a little heavier and then one that's not so heavy. But it's okay if they're both heavy or if they're not heavy. So we got those. So this will be on my inside and this will be on the outside. And you can glue these, adhere them however you like. I want to sew around. Okay, of course, now that I'm starting the tutorial, the glue will not run. Oh, come on. This is so awkward, guys. Oh, I might just grab another bottle. I'm going to grab another bottle. We don't have time for this. We don't have time to sit there and watch me struggle with glue. Is this one even open? Are we going to watch me open this? I might have to pause it. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Now, will it come out? That is the question. Anyway, so the original tutorial I saw was by Lyric Lever. Okay, this is just pathetic, guys. Look at this. It's not coming out. What the heck? Okay, hold on. Okay, I've taken care of the camera shy glue, except I think I made it worse. Anyway, in the original, I will post a link to the original tutorial I saw on this. See, now I've totally lost my train of thought, but the glue is coming and we don't have to wait for me to shake it out and everything. So I like to use like fabric tack or 3-in-1 because I like to sew around the edges of these, but totally not necessary, especially since they're inside the vinyl sleeve. Okay, I cut these at the same time. Oh, see, I'm trying to remember to stay in camera. Please bear with me. I don't want to torture anybody. Oh, no, I can't see what she's doing. You know, I don't want to do that. Okay. So, we got that. Now, we are going to score it. And let me get my notes because I don't want to make a mistake here. Now, oh, actually, before we score it, I am going to chomp the corners, chomp, chomp. And I do recommend this just because I think it would be easier to get it in and out of the, or just get it in, really, the vinyl sleeve, since it has rounded corners, but totally up to you. All right. So, get my little doohickey, my bone folder out, and you want to score it at 4.5. And as I said, I'll have this in the blog post. Four and a half, and then 4 7/8, which is this blue line just before the 5. And you want to try to. Does anybody ever do this? Like, I'll do this and it like jumps lines. I don't know. I think it's just me. I'm not a very precision tidy person, and I'm kind of just trouble. And then 5 1/4. So get that nicely scored. And you want to do gentle, firm pressure, because you don't want to like have it go all the way through, but you want to be able to have it do its thing. And then, uh-oh, see, glue is edging. Don't you just love it when you're trying to show someone how to do something? And anyway, so I got the corners rounded. We've got the thing scored, and I will be right back. I'm not going to fold it yet. I'm going to sew around the edges and be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, my sewing machine was vexing me, and so I had to cut out another cover. Luckily, you get 2 per scrapbook page. You know, it's just when you want to show people how to do stuff, then it all gets interesting, I guess. So as stimulating as I know it is to watch people ink stuff, I went ahead and inked around the edges of this, because I kind of figured you guys were familiar with inking. So what you want to do is, on your score lines, is you want to fold it, and I like to use a bone folder. So we got that one, and I think I said this, but I just want to be sure. Sewing around the edges is I just like it. It adds texture. I'm far from perfect at it, which actually doesn't even bother me. I kind of like the messy sewing look. I don't know. I think it gives it personality. But my one tip is use your presser foot as a guide, because you don't, that way when you go to punch the holes, I have on some of these had to punch through the stitches. It's no big deal. But it's just kind of nice if you're high enough up that it's not an issue. But as I said, it's no big deal. Okay, so I already, oh wait, I gotta ink. I was waiting to ink this part, because when I do these, I like to ink along this line and this line. I don't really ink on this. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's important to emphasize it, but I like doing this because I think it kind of creates a frame, and it just seems to make sense to me that this part would be aged. And it's nice to frame your covers, the front and the back, and kind of give it that antique-y look. And see, I'm looking at this going, oh, I think I could use a little bit more. So I guess you guys do get to watch me ink. Yay! I know you're so excited. Oh, watching people, YouTubers ink. It could be a whole genre of YouTube right there with ASMR or ASMR or whatever. Okay, and I'm using Vintage Photo just because this is a slightly darker color. Now, I already prepped this, and you want to kind of frame it from here to here when you center it. And this is an image I got from YouTube, or from, excuse me, not YouTube, Pinterest. However, if you don't have a printer, or you don't want to do that, see, like, here's a sheet. I like to just kind of do a whole sheet. As you can see, my printer heads need to be cleaned, but just to kind of give you an idea, I do like my own little printable. But you could use the Tim Holtz journaling cards or Project Life cards. The other thing that works really well are these Tim Holtz Found Relatives cards, and I've done that on the covers. That's what this guy is right here. So, Mrs. Coggs has great size images. Hold on. That's what this is. And then, as I said, this one, as I showed you earlier, is a Tim Holtz from an ephemera pack, a bingo card. It's not a real one, and a paper doll, and just a phrase. And you can get these printables, you can get the Tim Holtz stickers. So you could cut out pictures from magazines. You could put baby pictures and make your grandma bag book, with your kids, and give it to your mom for Christmas. So, matter of fact, I was thinking as I was working on this for you guys just now, I was like, sometimes you watch YouTube and you love the idea, but it's like kind of a craft with me, and it's sort of a tutorial, but there's not like a blog post this would be really cool. You could make these little notebooks and have them by your computer or however you watch YouTube to take notes. And you could even do like, you could even make a little notebook for each project or something. So I just think these are great. Okay, does that look? Boy, looking through my phone and doing this is a little tricky. But I think that looks good. Okay, so now we're going to set that aside. Yay! And let that dry. And we're not going to worry about that just yet. I do need to put it in the vinyl cover, but I want to let it dry for a little bit. So I kind of got a head start on the notebooks for this. So here's 3 I've put together, but I left 1 not put together. Oops, hold on, those are the pockets. All right, so, okay, I did it again. So what you want for the cover, for the outside of these, is 5.5 high, tall, and 8 inches wide. Now I actually, on my paper cutter, I have like, it folds in half, and so the 5.5 is on the fold. So I make it a little shorter than that, just because I think it fits in the notebook a little better, but so just a hair under 5.5. And then for the inside papers, for these, you want 5.25 inches and 7.75. But they don't all, I don't know if I did that on this, they don't all have to be that long. You know, it's interesting to have papers different sizes, like, and see, like here's from one of those flower books. So but I'll hold that there for a second. And then you want to cut between 8, 10, 11, just depending on how thick your papers are. But this kind of gives you an idea of what you're kind of looking for on the thickness. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So I already, oh, I wonder where I put the, well, anyway, already cut out my cover. And I've already, and I just sit there and I fold them in half and I just use a bone folder. I don't bother scoring them. And I thought what I would do is just kind of assemble, show you how I assemble them. This will be in the middle, but I really try not to overthink it. So I'll just kind of spread it out, and I like to look, okay, so that's kind of got a grubby inside. So that's usually where I start. And then I just kind of try to mix it up. See, like this has a nice little off-white thing inside, but this is like white typing paper. I was going for a real kind of, let's see, how about this one? A real kind of junky look. The people I'm gifting these to are not really junk journalers, but everybody can use a little notebook. And so I was kind of, I didn't want to spend too much time like making them super elaborate. I want them to feel comfortable writing in it. So here, as you can see, I just kind of am randomly grabbing them and go, okay, that works. So I want them to feel like, oh, this is just too nice, I couldn't possibly write in it. I don't want them to feel that way. I want them to go, oh, cool, I can carry this around in my purse. I can put my prayers in this. I can jot down ideas in this, and really use it. And then I like to use these clips to hold the papers in place. I'm going to slide it down just a little bit. Here I said I was trying not to be too much of a perfectionist, but, and then what I do is I sew these on my machine. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. It should work really great on these. And I put my sewing machine, I just use white thread for this, but you could use any. And this is why you don't want it too thick, because you want your machine to be able to go through it okay. So I just put it on the largest stitch length, and it's a straight stitch, and just sew down there. And actually what I do is I just, because I make 2 of these at a time, so I'll have 8 of these, and I just sew, pull it, and then when I'm done, I have a whole string of 8 notebooks, and I just cut them, trim them down with my scissors. It's a little bit more efficient. So I'm going to go sew this, and I will be right back. Okie dokie, I'm back. Now, I didn't do it perfectly straight. That happens sometimes. But go ahead and fold it, like kind of finger press it at first, And then take your bone folder and really score that puppy down there. When you get it in the ditch, it does go a little better, but that's okay. I'm not, as I said, I'm looking at these notebooks. They're a gift, but I want them to be kind of like a disposable thing, I guess. Or just something that it doesn't have to be an heirloom. Now, you could trim this. On these particular ones, they all kind of stuck out a little bit, and some I trimmed. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that. Maybe just like, but some of the other ones I did, they all came out great. I don't know. I guess that's what the thing with handmade. You never know what you're gonna get. You have a vision in your mind, but that doesn't mean that's what you're gonna get. And sometimes it comes out better. And I try it when I'm crafting, especially when I'm mass making and doing a large amount. It's easy to get kind of hung up on like small little things like, oh no, this paper's sticking out. But you know what? When you're looking at something like this, you don't. You look at the whole picture, and you don't. And most people do not hone in on, oh, that stitch is crooked or that page is sticking out. And so it's more of an overall vibe, I guess. No, I don't know if I'm being very articulate or not, but I think this is what, oh, sorry guys. So that's just my piece of advice. I've been crafting for a very, very long time, and I'm trying to decide which one I want today. I'm just going to put a photograph here. Oh, there it is. Ha! Oh, that's right. I found everything. Oh, no, I didn't. It's missing one thing. Hold on. I've been trying to work on this, get this tutorial for over a week. And so things have been kind of prepped because I didn't want it to be too long since it's my first one. I didn't want to be rambling. And sorry about the inking, guys. It looks like I'd already done it, but it feels like to me it needs more. And so I'm a little discombobulated. I'm having kind of a day, but it's still a great day. Even though it's kind of, things are a little interesting to say the least. It's still a great day. I'm in the craft room, hanging out with you guys, playing with my paper. I am a happy camper, even when things go wrong. We're not perfect. Alright, so kind of just center that. Isn't this the cutest image? Look at her. Isn't she precious? Look at that. That's from on one of my Pinterest boards. And then I was thinking like, oh, I think this needs a little ink too. Oh boy, you guys are so lucky. You get to watch me ink some more. Can you stand it? Okay, so got that. At least I had kind of figured out what I wanted to put where, so you don't have to watch me agonize. Though I try to do these since I've got like, I think I've got like 10 more I want to make, which I'm gonna have to put it on hold because I have some other things I need to get made. I try not to overthink it too much. I try to be efficient so I can get as many made as possible. Okay, so done. Okay, so the notebooks are done. And as I said, you really just need to make sure you score it well. So there is that one. So we've got that one. And that one. This is a Tim Holtz journaling card. This is a journaling card. I think I might have bought it off AliExpress, but I don't. And that's a Tim Holtz butterfly. But I don't buy from AliExpress anymore. And then just like a little simple collage with a Tim Holtz journaling card and butterfly. I was digging out all my goods, all my Tim Holtz stuff. If you saw my craft room tour, you know I love my Tim Holtz. Okay, so to slide this in, let's see, how well will this go in for me since I'm filming this? What do you guys want to bet? It doesn't go in as easy as it does when I'm not filming it. Okay, so just kind of take your time. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. And just slide it in. Get it in there all the way. Am I in frame? So I like to start with the front because that's kind of like the important one, you know. And you could, I was thinking too, it'd be kind of cute, like if you had a butterfly or something, or you could put a little label that says, you know, handmade by, and then your name or something. Oh, sorry. And then I just kind of bend it. This is going in way easier than normal. Oh, I probably spoke too soon. No, look at that. Oh, I can get lucky sometimes. Okay. So, and then you want to take your bone folder and teach that vinyl who's boss, and how it's gonna go now. May have been one way before, but now this is the way it's gonna be. All right, so ta-da! Now you need your handy dandy hole punch. Now I have a much nicer one. This is like from a thrift store or something. I don't know where I put it. I'm sure it's in my can somewhere, but so I like to look, and this is like one of those little, what is it, like 1/8 inch or small ones. Oh, look at those inked coffee dyed fingers. Okay, coffee dyeing paper like a crazy woman today. So you want to come up just a little bit past, like maybe 1/8 of an inch past the paper. Now remember, the vinyl is going to kind of help protect it, but I do like to kind of make sure I'm up there, and I kind of use, let's see if I can show you. I don't know. This is something you probably have to figure out with your own tools. I kind of use this as a guide, this little indentation on my thing. I try to kind of line that up. So you're just going to have to play with your own tools and see what works. But it doesn't have to be perfect. You see that? They don't have to be like perfectly straight. I'm just trying to get the crease in the middle. I'm hoping I'm in camera here because I'm trying to see what I'm doing. And let's see if I go like this. I don't know. Can you guys see? I think you just have to take my word for it, I guess. So I got those three. And then I'm trying to, let's see. Where's the, does that help? I don't know. Get that one. That one. That one. And see, these are not perfectly straight, probably because I wasn't holding it perfectly straight. That's one, you know, so I could show you. Then for the middle one, I use the crocodile. You could use your pokey tool that you use for bookbinding to poke in the middle, but this thing, whoops, what I did, oh my gosh, awkward. Okay, so what I did was I kind of measured approximately halfway up here, and then I just set my little guide. It's not perfect, but it kind of takes some of the brain work out of it. And then, excuse me guys, I gotta, before I won't, I don't, so I just kind of line up the hole punch as best I can on the middle crease along here. And I don't have more than one camera, so I can't really show you, I guess, what I'm doing. And then down here, I've got it, as I said, I kind of preset my guide, so I wouldn't have to use my brain more than once. We try to avoid using brains whenever possible. All right, so we got the holes punched. So you need to take your handy dandy, and I will have a link for this. This is the company that I'm using. An elastic, and I ordered, because I knew I was making several of them. This is fun. I ordered several different colors, and you know, I'm using brown and I'm using off-white. So I haven't used the black, I haven't used the tan. So if you're gonna make these as gifts, I would pick like the cream or off-white or light tan. Just pick one. Save yourself the headache of spend. I mean, this is not expensive by any means. So I'm going to cut it 26 inches, and you can get it right off of Amazon, and I think mine came lickety split. I mean, like in 2 or 3 days. So then what you want to do is just start at the bottom and leave a tail. And then you just come all the way up to the top. And then you're gonna go visit the next door neighbor here. Go, hi, how you doing? And then go all the way through. And go, come out the bottom. And go next door again. Oops. Here we go. Go next door. Come back up. You know what? I'm going to trim my end here a little bit. It's got a little raggedy. And then you're going to go back from whence you came. Back to the middle. This is on the top, by the way. You see? So I like to pull the elastic and just kind of shove it in there. It's a little fidgety, fiddly, but it's not too bad. And then you're going to do the same thing down here. So you end up, so you're going to do the back stitch down here. Pull the elastic so you have room in the hole. And then just kind of, I might need to trim that edge. It's kind of raggedy. Boom. Okay. Then you kind of want to pull it. Whoops. Not too tight because you don't want it to curl. That happened on one of the earlier ones I did. And you're just going to do a knot. And then trim your ends. And so you could do just 3 notebooks. You could pretend that these 2 little ones or these 2 middle ones are one and not do. And that would be a time saver too, because you know, it would take a little less time. When I make my notebooks, I like to make them in bulk. I mean, you could even just sit through there and make a ton of notebooks and then go through and make the journal entries. But I like to cut all the paper. I just take a huge stack of paper and offcuts from other projects and cut them to size, and then just have a stack and work, you know, next to me, and then work on figuring out what's going to go. Now you got to do the middle one. And I just put the notebooks in here so I get an idea approximate of how thick it should be. And then you want to have room to tie it. And let's see, how long was that? This is about 14, 15 inches approximately. And I've done this more than one way. Sometimes I'm going to try it this way first, do a little loop and shove it through the hole, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. As you make these, you'll figure, yeah, see, that's not going to work for me today. So the other option is just to stick it in there. One. But I just think there are so many possibilities for these notebooks. Big darling album, and just what a fun little gift for family and friends. It's so nice to give a handmade gift at Christmas, or for Happy Meal. Now I'm gonna do just a very loose, I don't even know if I'm misreading them, sorry guys, just a very loose knot. It's not even a knot, just to test it. I'm gonna stick these in there, get that out of the way. I'm just gonna plop these in there and then go over here and say, yeah, see, I think that could be a little tighter. So take them out, pull it up a little bit, and make it a little tighter, and then try it. It's pretty forgiving. That's the nice thing with elastic. Oh, that's much better. And see, it's not pulling on this part too much or anything. So we got that all figured out. And then we're just going to make that into a good square knot. Oh, nice and tight. And cut the ends. Just I kind of made that one extra bulky. I just love how well this is coming out on camera. For all the rest. Wow. That's stunning. That is absolutely stunning. Wow. Well, I guess you can learn from my mistakes and awkwardness as much as if I got it right the first time. Okay. So, I'm going to slide, I want this one on the front. And just slide that in there. And then I want this one. Slide that in there. I think this is the order I want these. Well, we'll find out in a sec, won't we? And there. And open it up to the middle. Got a little Edith Holden there. Gotta love Edith Holden. Always adds so much charm to a journal. Okay. And then, so that's what that looks like. Looks pretty good. All right. Now, you could call it done. But I'm not ready to call it done. I have already, now don't be sad guys, but I already inked these. So these are the ATC cards, though on some of them I used the Tim Holtz. Is it this one? Sorry, I didn't mean to bang the camera. Nope, I don't remember which one it was. On some of them I used the Tim Holtz, the smaller journaling cards, and they were really cool too. Yeah, like that's what that is. And then it's already got like the little collage and stuff. And then that one also is a journaling card. No cutting, no fuss, no mess. So I can put a link to those in case you're not familiar. I have the old package I would show you, but since they've changed the packaging, it probably wouldn't really help you. All right. And then what I did on these, so these are the ATC cards. I chomped the corner that's going to be at the bottom here with the 1/4 inch half of this chomper. And then the one that's going to be at the top here, I did the 1/2 inch. So see how it's a little bigger than that one. Totally not necessary. And then I just left those straight. It's just what I did. Oh boy. You know, I cut the top off of this to make it run, and then I got carried away because I was so frazzled because of doing this tutorial that it's going to be this big glop of glue. But I think I haven't tried the art glitter glue for attaching these pockets to the vinyl, but because it's vinyl, I just kind of feel like it needs to be this glue. But if you do the art glitter glue, when you make this, would you let me know? I'd love to know how well it worked, or if you used a different glue. I would love to know. I'm just curious. You know, that's how you learn stuff. Maybe you have this fantastic glue that you're sitting on and you're not sharing it with us, not sharing with the class, and we want to know. Okay, and then for this one, I decided I want this Tim Holtz flower digger dooley hooky thingy. But see, it's pretty white. Can you see that? So I like, when it's really white, I like to use the antique linen and just kind of go over it where it just kind of takes the, I don't know, it just softens the white. So it's more like a soft, aged look without being like over the top, unless I go to town like I'm doing right now. Let's see, I don't know if it shows up on camera. Maybe there's no difference, but it makes a difference to me, and I guess that's what matters. All right, so back to the art glitter glue. And glue. And get that puppy all done here. Oops. Oh, sorry. As I said, this is gonna, you know, hopefully one day I'll have done a bunch of these, and then I'll be as slick as snot at it, and you guys will be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how rough she was at the beginning. But that's okay, as long as you learn something. All right, so that is that, and I glued it all down. So, and then I'm gonna glue this to the And when I glue this, I guess I should put this, make sure I'm in frame for this one. I'm kind of looking at the paper that's behind there, because I don't really want the pocket sticking out past the, the vinyl. I don't want it sticking out past the paper because it's not glued to the paper, it's glued to the vinyl. And so I'm trying to, am I in frame? Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure it kind of lines up with that. Sometimes I even just come inside a little bit. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to put this glue in another bottle since I messed up the bottle. I had an older bottle that was like, where you have to shake it 20, 50 million times for the glue to come out. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to use that for the tutorial. And yeah, that worked out well. Okay. So we got that. Let that dry for a second here. And let's see, did I do good? Yeah, see, it's not sticking out really past the cover. I mean, if it did a little bit, most people wouldn't notice probably unless you pointed it out to them. So I got the pockets. Now, what do I want? I'm thinking, and I'm going to have this in my shop now too, this fun crinkled seam binding that I coffee dyed. The stuff I have in there currently, as of November 2020, is stuff I've collected, like the spools and stuff here and there, and it's for my stash. And so I did order some new spools. Of course, they didn't have the exact colors that I have, so it's going to be one of these situations. If you like what you see right now, well, I'll fix that in a second. If you like what you see right now, I don't know if I'm going to get it back in. I do this kind of two different ways. So I'll just put that there. Sometimes I do both together. And then sometimes I do it like this, where I just do one bow. And these are about 15 inches long each, approximately. So there's one. And then take the elastic, slide it through the elastic. And then just do the other bow. And I just realized that I did not grab my charms. So I will have to pause this again and come right back. So there's that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and I grabbed my charms. For this one I'm doing one of these. Oh, I didn't pick out what phrase I was going to say. And they're like these Tim Holtz antique gems. And I got these at Joann's. I'll look and see if there's a link on Amazon. Alright, and then I got my jump ring. And so we've got Hope, Story. I'm kind of digging Hope right now. Heart. And these are all Tim Holtz ones. Brave, Exo, or as my husband says, Zozo. Play, Faith, Hello. That one's kind of fun. Happy, Adore. Yep, you got to go with your first instinct. My first instinct says Hope. So, and I know you're supposed to use tools, but shh, don't tell any jewelers. Oh, actually, well, yeah, this will be fine. And then just slide that puppy on there and make sure that sometimes I was doing two separate, but I decided I kind of like these staying together. And then I just slide it on there and close them up good and tight. Alright, and then, so there's that. And then I also forgot to get the paper clips because this is one of those Tim Holtz ephemera thingamajiggers. And I was thinking, and then, see, I'm using my Tim Holtz stuff. I love these little clips that he has, these little paper clips. So I thought that would add like a fun, like texture, and just another element. Oops. Okay. So I got that. And then I'm going to go through when I'm all done and make tags to go in all these little pockets or journaling cards or something. Or I might even just grab, you know, Tim Holtz ones or something. So, actually, see, like this one has the same clocks. I could be meta or something like that. But I don't know. I'm going to wait and do them all in mass because I think that's a more efficient use of my time. And there we go. So if you have any questions, just let me know. These vinyl sleeves will be available in my shop. As soon as this goes live, I'll have it all coordinated at the same time. Same thing with the coffee dyed seam binding, and I think that's it. And then of course I just listed today a whole bunch of coffee dyed paper. So I hope you're having a fabulous day and enjoying this. I call this the crafting season because you can't really piddle around in your yard too much or do anything like that. So let me know if you have questions, and have a great day. And this is Emily signing off. Bye.